Hello my beautiful friends, it's Amanda here and we're doing a tag. This is the Create Your Own Palette tag. I believe it was created by KitschSnitch and I watched the video done by Just Buy the Makeup, so I'm going to link both of those down below so that you can go check them out. I think this is such a fun idea. The premise is you choose 12 shades. They can be from palettes, they can be singles, pigments, any eyeshadow you want, and you create your perfect eyeshadow palette. Mine is probably not going to be that exciting. If you've watched any of my videos or followed me on Instagram, you know I love nudes, I love neutrals, I love warm neutrals, so my palette really does reflect that. But I'm going to go ahead and share it with you, and I'm going to share the shades in a certain order too. I like a very orderly palette. When the shades are all just kind of like jumbled around, I just don't find that visually pleasing, and I don't really like it while I'm doing my makeup to not have things in a certain order. So I'm going to share my shades that I would put in my perfect palette with you. And if you have done this tag, or if you want to do this tag, then leave a link to your video or your Instagram, and I would love to check out what's in your perfect palette. In my opinion, my perfect eyeshadow palette needs to have a matte cream shade. It just has to be there for me to set my primer and to highlight my brow bone and to blend out my shadows. I have to have a good matte cream shadow. And in my opinion, the best matte cream shadow I have is from the Lorac Pro palette. Sorry, mine's very beat up, but the shade Cream right here would be my first pick. These are so gorgeous. You ready? I know it's not exciting, but it's gotta be there. The next absolute staple in a palette for me is a shimmery, light white or champagne kind of highlighting shade, and I would actually pick two of these for my palette. No judging. The first would be MAC's Nylon, which is out of this world pigmented, beautiful, perfect, gotta have it. And the second would be Stila's Kitten. I have both of these in a Z palette. So this is Nylon and this is Kitten. As you can see, very well used. Nylon is more of a white champagne and Kitten is more of like a soft pink. And that's Nylon and that's Kitten. I know they look really similar. Could you live with just one of them? Sure, but it's my palette, it's my world, so I'm picking both. Next, I need a great matte transition shade, and my all-time favorite is the sadly discontinued Kid from MAC, this shade right here. It's a very like neutral light brown. So this is Kid from MAC. It's such a perfect neutral light brown. It goes with every look. It's just perfect. I have like 5 backups of it. When I heard it was being discontinued, I ordered as many as I could find. I love this shade. Now for something a little bit warmer, also a great transition shade, I'm choosing Peach Smoothie from Makeup Geek. That's this shade right here. So here we have Peach Smoothie, Kid, Kitten, Nylon, and Cream from the Lorac Pro. Now for another shimmer shade, this is a beautiful, super pigmented, super shiny gold shade. It's from the Too Faced Natural Eyes palette, and it's called Honey Pot. It's this one right here. And when I swatch it, I'm just like, yes, I love it. Oh, I barely have to touch it. So pigmented. That's the shade Honey Pot. Next we have one of my all-time favorite eyeshadows. That's Amber Rush from the L'Oreal Infallible line. This is more of a pressed pigment, but it is an absolute must for me. It is one of my favorite eyeshadows. I have to have it in my palette. Watch, that's Amber Rush next to Honey Pot. Just look at that metallic gorgeousness. Okay, now for a gorgeous matte brown. This is not too dark, not too light. It's just that perfect in-between neutral brown. I'm talking about Mocha from the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette. This is the shade Mocha. Now for a deeper, warmer matte brown. This is Fudge from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I believe you can buy this as a single as well, but I already have it in my World Traveler palette. So here we have the shade Fudge. That's Mocha, that's Fudge. Next, another eyeshadow from Anastasia. This is the shade Sienna. And it is a really, really deep, kind of earthy, orangey brown. That's the best way I can describe it. This is the shade Sienna. Now for one of my favorite eyeshadows, probably of all time, right alongside Amber Rush, is the shade Peanut Brittle from the Too Faced Peanut Butter and Jelly palette. It's like a coppery, shimmery orange, and I love it. This is definitely the pop of color in my palette. This is the shade Peanut Brittle. And I had to go for something a little bit dramatic for my last shade. I am not including a matte black because honestly I don't use matte black very often. But I wanted something a little dramatic, a little crazy, and I picked Truffle Glitter, also from Anastasia. And this shade is just ridiculous. It's like a glittery black and gold almost. That's Truffle Glitter right there on the end. So this is my complete palette. I would buy this in a heartbeat if I could. We have Cream, Nylon, Kitten, Kid, Peach Smoothie, Honey Pot, Amber Rush, Mocha, Fudge, Sienna, Peanut Brittle, and Truffle Glitter. I know that it's probably not very exciting. There's not a lot of colorful pops, but honestly, that's my perfect palette. I want something warm, neutral, that I can get an easy daytime look out of, something a little bit more colorful. I could get a more dramatic, deeper, darker, or even kind of glittery look. And I just think this palette would be so useful for me. It would be so happy to look at. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you've done this tag, then leave your link down in the comments so that we can go check it out. And I hope you have a great day. Bye.